The ship rocked as another blast hit its side. Lisa Carter gripped her seat as alarms blared around her. The small research vessel was no match for the pirate cruiser that had ambushed them near the edge of human space. "Jack Nelson," the pilot shouted, over the noise as he tried to keep them from spinning out of control. "Shields at 12%. We need to abandon ship." Lisa ran to the escape pod section. Her heart pounded in her chest. She was a scientist, not a soldier. The rest of the crew were already inside pods launching into the darkness of space. She jumped into the last pod and hit the launch button. The pod shot away just as the research vessel exploded. The blast sent her small craft tumbling. Warnings flashed across the control panel. The navigation system was damaged. Lisa tried to steady the pod, but it was heading toward an uncharted planet. Her pod entered the atmosphere too fast. The heat shield barely held together. Then everything went black. Lisa woke to strange sounds and an odd smell like cinnamon mixed with ozone. She tried to move, but pain shot through her leg. The escape pod had crashed and was half buried in purple soil. She was alive, but trapped. A shadow fell across the cracked viewport. Lisa froze. A tall figure stood outside, peering in. The creature was clearly female, but definitely not human. Her skin was pale blue with faint patterns that seemed to shift with her movements. Her eyes were large, all black with no whites. Her head was hairless, with small ridges running back from her forehead. The alien woman examined the pod, then did something to the door. It hissed open. The alien spoke words. Lisa could not understand, then gestured to her to come out. Lisa pointed to her injured leg. The alien nodded and reached inside. With surprising gentleness, she lifted Lisa from the wreckage. Her strength was shocking. Lisa weighed nothing in her arms. The alien carried her across a landscape of strange purple plants toward a collection of curved structures that seemed to grow from the ground rather than being built. The buildings glowed with a soft internal light. Inside one of the structures, the alien placed Lisa on a soft surface. Other aliens gathered around, speaking in musical tones. A device was placed on Lisa's injured leg. A warm sensation spread through the limb, and remarkably, the pain began to fade. "My name is Lisa," she said, pointing to herself. "Thank you for helping me." The alien woman placed a hand on her own chest. "Kira," she said. In a clear voice, days passed, and Lisa began to learn bits of their language. The aliens called themselves the Vosani, and their planet was Kalidra. They were an advanced species with technology that seemed almost magical. Their society was matriarchal, with females holding all positions of authority. Kira was a scout responsible for monitoring the borders of their territory. She visited Lisa daily, bringing food and helping her learn their language. She explained through a mixture of words and gestures that a rescue would be impossible. The Vosani existed in secret, hiding their civilization from other spacefaring races. "You stay," Kira said one evening, pointing to the ground, then to Lisa. "With me." Lisa frowned. "I need to return to my people. They will be looking for me." Kira shook her head. "No return. Dangerous others hunt humans we protect." It was then that Lisa learned the truth. Pirates had been raiding both human and Vosani territories. The Vosani had technology that could repel them, but remained hidden, fearing what would happen if larger powers discovered their world. "We have laws," Kira explained as her language skills improved. "Outsiders who learn of us must stay, or memory taken. Dangerous process for humans." Lisa felt cold dread. "You mean I can never leave?" "You can become Vosani," Kira said. "My chosen life bond." "Our way." Lisa realized what Kira was saying. In Vosani society, when an outsider was saved by one of their people, they became bound to their rescuer. It was both protection and ownership. "But my home, my family," Lisa said, tears forming. Kira gently wiped a tear from Lisa's cheek, examining the moisture with curiosity. "Humans always look back. Vosani look forward. Would your people treat me well if roles reversed?" Lisa thought of how aliens were feared on Earth, how they would be studied, dissected. She had no answer. Over the next few weeks, Lisa was kept in what she came to understand was Kira's personal dwelling. The space was organic, with walls that curved and seemed almost alive. Small floating lights drifted near the ceiling, providing gentle illumination. The furniture, if it could be called, that grew directly from the floor, changing shape to accommodate different needs. Kira brought Lisa new clothes made from a material that adjusted to her body temperature, keeping her perfectly comfortable, regardless of the weather outside. The food was strange but nourishing, with flavors that changed as she ate. Some dishes seemed to sing in her mouth. Others created brief flashes of color in her vision. Lisa learned that Kira held a position of some importance among the Vosani. She was what they called a guardian one, who protected the borders of their territory from threats. She had been tracking the pirate vessel when it attacked Lisa's research ship. "The pirates hunt both our peoples," Kira explained one evening as they shared a meal. "They take resources, take people, they serve masters we do not see." "Who are these masters?" Lisa asked. "We do not know. They hide. They use others to do their work. The pirates are just tools." Lisa thought of the attack on her ship. How coordinated it had been, how the pirates seemed to know exactly where they would be. "Our mission was classified. Only High Command knew where we were going." Kira nodded. "The hidden masters have eyes everywhere, even among your people." The implications chilled Lisa. Could there be infiltrators among humans? Was someone in command helping these mysterious enemies? Lisa found herself telling Kira about Earth, about her life as a xenobiologist studying potential life forms on distant worlds. She told her about growing up in the Midwest, about her parents' farm, about the stars that had called to her since childhood. Kira listened with intense interest, asking questions about human customs, family structures, how humans chose partners, why humans fought so many wars among themselves. "Your people are divided," Kira said. "This makes you weak. The hidden masters use this. And your people are not divided." Lisa asked. "Vosani are connected." Kira touched her temple. "Not all thoughts but feelings, purpose. We sense each other. We are one people, even when we disagree." Lisa began to understand that the Vosani shared a low-level empathic bond. They could not read minds, but they could sense emotions, intentions. It made deception difficult, made social cohesion stronger. As days became weeks, Lisa began to venture outside Kira's dwelling, always accompanied, always watched, but free to explore the immediate surroundings. She saw how the Vosani settlement was integrated with the natural environment. Plants and buildings coexisted, sometimes indistinguishable from each other. Water flowed through channels that served both the needs of the settlement and the surrounding ecosystem. Other Vosani regarded her with curiosity. Some approached, asking questions through Kira. Practicing the human words they had learned, Lisa found herself becoming an unofficial ambassador for humanity, explaining Earth customs, answering questions about human biology, technology, art. One evening, as twin moons rose over the horizon, painting the landscape in shades of gold and purple, Kira took Lisa to a high ridge overlooking the settlement. Below, thousands of lights glowed, marking a city much larger than Lisa had realized. "This is Valoran, our greatest city," Kira said, "one of 7 on this world, home to 2 million Vosani." Lisa stared in amazement. The city spread for miles, yet from a distance it looked like a natural growth, like a vast garden of lights. "I had no idea your civilization was so large. We have been here for 10,000 years," Kira said. "We grow slowly. We build to last. We shape the world. The world shapes us, and no human has ever discovered you. Some have those who could not return, those who chose to stay, those who became Vosani." Lisa turned to look at Kira. "There are other humans here," Kira nodded. "Few, most chose the life bond. Some now have Vosani blood in their line. Children of 2 worlds. The thought that humans and Vosani could have children together shocked Lisa. The implications for biology, for genetics, were enormous. It suggested a compatibility that defied conventional science. How is that possible? We evolved on different worlds. Kira smiled, a gesture she had learned from Lisa. Life finds paths. The universe has patterns we only begin to understand. The life bond makes many things possible. Lisa watched the city below, trying to process everything she had learned. She was not the first human to stand here to face the choice before her stay and become part of this world or lose all memory of it. There was no going back to her old life either way. Tomorrow you meet the council, Kira said. They will ask your choice. Morning came with a soft chiming sound that filled Kira's dwelling. Lisa opened her eyes to find new clothes laid out for her. The garment was similar to what the Vosani wore, a single piece that flowed like liquid silver. It seemed to be made of some kind of living material that adjusted to her movements. Council clothes, Kira said, entering the room. You must look proper. Lisa touched the garment. It felt warm, almost alive. What will happen at this council? They will ask questions. They will decide if you can stay, if you can bond. And if they decide I cannot, Kira was silent for a moment. Then memory will be taken. You will be returned to human space with new memories, false memories. Yes, you would remember shipwreck rescue by human patrol, nothing of Vosani. The thought of having her mind altered terrified Lisa even more than never returning home. I would rather keep my memories even if I can never share them. Then you must convince the council. Kira helped Lisa into the garment. It molded to her body, perfectly comfortable yet dignified. Come, we must not be late. They left the dwelling, and for the first time, Lisa was taken into the heart of the Vosani city. She saw Vosani of all ages walking along pathways that seemed to be made of the same living material as the buildings. Some rode on platforms that floated silently above the ground. Others tended to gardens that grew up the sides of structures. Children played in open areas, their laughter musical. Their skin showed fewer patterns than adults, and Lisa realized the markings must develop with age. Some of the children stopped to stare at her, pointing and whispering. The council chamber was at the center of the city, a vast dome that seemed to be made of living crystal. It pulsed with soft light, and Lisa could swear she felt it humming beneath her feet as they entered. Inside 7, Vosani sat in a semicircle. Their skin patterns were complex, intricate, telling stories of long lives and high status. Approach. Human, one of them said in perfect English. Lisa stepped forward, surprised. You speak my language. We have studied your kind for centuries. The counselor replied, I am Elder Talia. This is the Council of 7. We govern Valoran and maintain the ancient laws. Lisa bowed, unsure of the proper protocol. Thank you for meeting with me. I am Lisa Carter, xenobiologist from Earth. We know who you are, another counselor said. We have observed you since Kira brought you to our world. You learn quickly. You show respect for our ways. Guardian Kira has requested a life bond with you, Elder Talia said. This is not granted lightly. Not all humans are compatible. Not all can accept our ways. Lisa glanced at Kira, who stood tall and proud beside her. I am still learning your ways, but I respect them. I would never bring harm to your people. Words are easy. A third counselor said, Thoughts reveal truth. Elder Talia gestured, and a small floating device approached Lisa. It hovered before her eyes, emitting a soft blue light. This will show us your mind. Your true thoughts cannot lie. Lisa felt fear rise in her chest. You want to read my mind. No surface thoughts only. Feelings, intentions. No secrets. Only truth. Lisa hesitated, then nodded. I have nothing to hide. The device hummed and the blue light intensified. Lisa felt a strange sensation, like fingers gently sifting through her thoughts. Not invasive, not painful, but definitely present. She thought of her home, of Earth, of her family. She thought of her first impressions of the Vosani, of her growing friendship with Kira. She thought of the pirates and the attack on her ship. The device retreated, and Elder Talia nodded. You speak truth. You wish no harm. You are curious. You fear never seeing home again. Yet you also see beauty in our world. You begin to care for Guardian. Kira. Lisa felt her cheeks warm with embarrassment. Yes, that is all true. There is more, another counselor said. She knows something of the hidden masters, something important. Lisa frowned. I don't understand. I know nothing about these masters. Your ship, your mission. Not accident you were there. Lisa thought back to her mission briefing. They had been sent to study anomalous energy readings near the border region's readings that suggested advanced technology. We were studying energy signatures. Our science division detected something unusual near the border. The counselors exchanged glances. The hidden masters test new weapons in that region. They draw notice. If that is true, then my people are in danger, Lisa said. I need to warn them and reveal our existence. Elder Talia asked, Your loyalty is divided, human. This is natural, but dangerous. Kira stepped forward. Honored elders, I vouch. For this human, she can be trusted. The life bond will ensure it. The life bond is sacred. Guardian Kira. Elder Talia said, It links minds, hearts, souls forever. You would tie yourself to this human knowing she yearns for her home. I would, Kira said. Without hesitation, Lisa looked at Kira, surprised by her certainty. What exactly is this life bond? How would it change me? Elder Talia gestured, and the chamber dimmed. Images appeared in the air between them. Lisa saw Vosani and humans, their bodies, glowing with energy flowing between them. The life bond connects, joins. Two become more than two, not one, not separate. Something new, something stronger. You would feel as Kira feels, another counselor explained. Know her thoughts as she would. Know yours distance would not matter. You would be connected always. The bond allows Vosani and human to share life energy, extends human life, makes Vosani stronger. Over time, your bodies would change. Elder Talia continued, You would develop patterns, like ours. Your children would carry both lineages. Lisa stared at the floating images. Children? You mean Kira and I could have children together? With medical assistance? Yes. This has happened before. The first human Vosani child was born. 300 years ago, many more since. The implications staggered Lisa. She had assumed any relationship with Kira would be platonic companionship at most. To learn they could actually reproduce together changed everything. The council will deliberate. Elder Talia announced, You will await our decision. Lisa and Kira were escorted to an antechamber where a small garden grew with plants Lisa had never seen before. Flowers that changed color as they watched, fruits that emitted soft music when touched. Why? Did you request this life bond? Lisa asked finally. You barely know me. Kira sat beside her on a bench that grew from the floor. I have watched you, learned from you. Your mind is quick. Your heart is good. You see wonder where others might see only strangeness. She hesitated. And I am alone. My previous bond partner died 5 years ago in battle with pirates. You were married, life bonded. Yes. For 60 years. 60. Lisa repeated, shocked. How old are you? By your years, 112. I am young for a guardian. And how long do Vosani live? 400 years, sometimes more. The life bond would extend your life as well, not as long as Vosani, but much longer than human normal. Lisa tried to process this information. A century of life with Kira. The chance to learn about an entirely new civilization, technology centuries beyond Earth's and children, a family that bridged two species. If the council approves, what happens next? Ceremony, bond, ritual. You would eat the heart fruit. It would change your body, prepare it for bonding. Then we would share blood, join minds, your patterns would begin to form, and I would never see Earth again. Kira was quiet for a moment. Perhaps someday, when pirates are defeated, when hidden masters are found, when our worlds make peace, then maybe visit, not home. Not anymore. But visit. And if I refuse, if I choose to have my memory altered and return, then I take you to human outpost. You wake with new memories, never know. Vosani never remember me. Kira looked away. This is your choice, I will honor it. Before Lisa could respond, a Vosani attendant appeared. The council has decided you will return. They were led back to the council chamber. The 7 elders looked solemn. Lisa Carter of Earth, we have reached our decision. Elder Talia announced. Your knowledge of the energy signatures your people detected is too valuable. The hidden masters grow bolder. Their weapons could threaten all worlds. Then you will erase my memory. Lisa asked, her heart sinking. No, we will allow the life bond with Guardian Kira. Lisa felt relief followed by confusion. I don't understand. The bond will allow you to share what you know directly with Kira. This knowledge combined with ours may help defeat our common enemy. And through the bond you may eventually be allowed contact with your people when it is safe, when the time is right. You mean I could go home someday? Not as you were, Elder Talia cautioned. The bond will change you, but yes, perhaps in time-limited contact. The ceremony will be tomorrow. Another counselor said, Prepare yourself, human. The bond is forever. Choose with clear mind, open heart. Lisa spent the night in a chamber beneath the council dome. The room was comfortable with living furnishings that adjusted to her body. Small lights floated near the ceiling, casting a soft glow. A window looked out over the city, which sparkled with countless lights. Sleep eluded her. Her mind raced with everything she had learned. Life bonding with Kira would change her forever. She would gain a telepathic connection to an alien being. She would likely live for centuries. She would never truly be human again, and yet the alternative was to have her memories wiped, to forget everything she had seen and learned. To forget Kira. The thought of forgetting disturbed her more than she expected. In the short time they had known each other, Kira had become important to her. The alien woman had saved her life, had shown her kindness and patience, had defended her before the council morning came with the same soft chiming Lisa had heard in Kira's dwelling. She rose and found new garments had been provided. These were ceremonial, more elaborate than before, with flowing layers that shifted color with her movements. An attendant brought food, strange fruits, and what appeared to be bread. Though it had an iridescent quality, Lisa ate little, her stomach tight with nervousness. Kira arrived dressed in formal attire, her usual practical clothing replaced by robes that emphasized her status as a guardian. The patterns on her skin seemed more pronounced, glowing faintly. Today is Bond Day, she said. Are you certain this is your last chance to choose another path? Lisa took a deep breath. I have questions still, so many questions. Ask, I will answer truth. After the bond, will I still be me? Will I still think like a human? You will be you, always, but more you will understand Vosani ways. Feel Vosani feelings, your thoughts will be your own but connected. And you? Will you control me through this bond? Kira looked shocked. No, control is not possible, not the purpose. The bond is sharing. Balance between equals different but equal. Will it hurt? The change. Yes, some pain. The body resists change, always. But pain passes, new strength comes. Lisa nodded slowly. One last question, will I ever regret this? Kira smiled. This I cannot know. Some who bond find joy. Some find struggle. All find purpose. No human has ever broken bond once formed. This means something, I think. Lisa looked out at the alien city. Her old life seemed distant already, a memory fading. I am ready. The bonding ceremony took place in a circular garden at the center of the council dome. 7 tall crystalline structures surrounded a pool of shimmering liquid. The counselors stood at each crystal, while other Vosani gathered in concentric circles around the garden. Some wore formal attire, others simple clothing. All watched in respectful silence. Lisa and Kira approached the pool. Elder Talia spoke in the Vosani language, then in English. Today we witness the joining of 2 beings from separate worlds. Through the life bond they become more than either could be alone. The universe is vast, but connections bridge the void. An attendant approached carrying a small bowl. Inside was a fruit that glowed with inner light. The heart fruit, Lisa realized. First, the honor. Preparation. Elder Talia said, "The heart fruit opens the body to change." Kira took the bowl and offered it to Lisa. "Eat all of it. The taste is strange, but it will prepare your body." Lisa took the fruit. It was warm in her hands, pulsing slightly, like a tiny heart. She brought it to her lips and bit into it. The flavor exploded in her mouth. Sweetness followed by bitterness, followed by a taste she had no words for. Her vision blurred briefly, colors becoming more vibrant. She finished the fruit and immediately felt heat spreading through her body. Her skin tingled. Her heartbeat quickened. She felt dizzy, but Kira steadied her. "Now the joining," Elder Talia said. Kira led Lisa to the pool. The liquid inside was neither water nor oil, but something. Between both of them knelt at its edge. Kira drew a small knife from her robes. The blade appeared to be made of crystal. "We share blood. We share life." She drew the blade across her palm. A dark blue fluid welled up from the cut. She offered the knife to Lisa. Lisa took it, her hands trembling slightly. She cut her own palm. The pain was sharp but brief. Red blood flowed from the wound. Kira took Lisa's hand, pressing their wounds together. Their blood mingled, blue and red becoming purple. Lisa gasped as sensation raced up her arm. Her mind expanded suddenly. She could feel Kira not just physically but mentally. Emotions flowed between them. Wonder, curiosity, apprehension, excitement, now the waters of life. Elder Talia said, still holding hands. Lisa and Kira immersed their joined hands in the pool. The liquid seemed to move with purpose, flowing up their arms surrounding them. The sensation was incredible, like being touched everywhere at once, like being seen completely. Lisa felt Kira's consciousness brush against her own. Not invasive, not controlling, but present, like standing back to back knowing someone was there without having to look. Images flowed between them. Kira's childhood on Kalidra, training to become a guardian, the loss of her previous bond partner. The loneliness that followed. Lisa shared her own memories. Growing up on Earth, studying xenobiology, the wonder of first spaceflight, the attack on her ship, the fear of being lost forever through it all. Lisa felt herself changing. Liquid from the pool had spread across her skin, absorbed into her body. She could feel new connections forming, neural pathways expanding. Her awareness extended beyond her physical form. Suddenly she could sense the other Vosani around them. Not their thoughts, but their presence, their emotions, their energy. She could feel the living buildings, the plants, the very soil beneath her. "The bond is forming," Elder Talia announced. "The joining succeeds." The liquid retreated back into the pool. Lisa felt lightheaded, overwhelmed by new sensations. She looked down at her arms and gasped. Faint patterns had begun to form on her skin, subtle swirls that resembled Kira's markings but uniquely her own. "It begins," Kira said both aloud and in Lisa's mind. "Your transformation." Lisa could feel Kira in her thoughts, a warm presence, supportive, protective. She sent back feelings of gratitude and received joy in return. "Rise, bonded ones," Elder Talia said. "Two who are more than two." Lisa and Kira stood their hands. Still joined, the Vosani around them made a musical sound of approval. "You are now life bonded," Elder Talia declared. "Kira of the Guardians, Lisa of Earth. Now both Vosani, though the stars themselves may separate you, the bond remains. You are one family, one heart, one purpose." The ceremony concluded with a celebration. Food and drink were shared. Music played on instruments Lisa had never seen before, producing sounds that seemed to touch her soul directly. Many Vosani approached, offering congratulations. Some touched the new patterns on Lisa's skin with reverent fingers. "They honor you," Kira explained through their new mental connection. "Few humans accept the bond you show courage." Lisa found the mental communication strange but not unpleasant. It was like having a conversation without words. Pure meaning flowed between them. What happens now? Now we learn each other. Now we grow together. The patterns will spread. Your body will strengthen. Your mind will expand. You will learn to use the bond. Will I be able to communicate with other Vosani like this? No, only with me. Only bonded pairs share thoughts. All Vosani share feelings, sense presence, but thoughts are private, sacred, shared only in bond. As the celebration continued, Lisa began to feel the physical changes more intensely. Her senses sharpened. Colors became more vivid, sounds more clear. She could smell things she had never noticed before. She could feel the energy flowing through the living structures around her, but most pronounced was her awareness of Kira. Wherever the Vosani woman moved in the gathering, Lisa could sense her location, could feel her emotions, could almost predict her movements. "This is incredible," Lisa said when they had a moment alone. "I can feel everything so intensely. It will settle. Find balance. Now everything is new, overwhelming. With time, you will control it, direct it. And these," Lisa touched the faint patterns on her skin. "Will they spread? Yes. With time, they mark the flow of life energy in your body. Show your connection to Kalidra to me. Eventually they will tell your story as mine tell mine." Lisa looked at Kira's intricate patterns with new understanding. They were not just decorative, they were a record. A biography written on skin. Can you read them? The stories and the patterns, Kira nodded. Elders can read all patterns, I can read some. The basic meanings. My own, of course. And now yours, as they form. What do mine say so far? Kira traced a finger along a swirl on Lisa's forearm. This speaks of journey stars crossing great distance. She touched another forming pattern near Lisa's wrist. This tells of change, transformation, becoming. Her finger moved to Lisa's palm, where the knife cut was already healing. This will tell of our bond, its beginning. Lisa felt the touch like fire, not painful but intense. The bond magnified every sensation, every emotion. How long will the changes take? Physical changes. One cycle of seasons. Perhaps faster for you. Your body accepts the bond. Well, mental changes longer. 2 years, maybe 3, the bond will deepen, grow stronger with time. 3 months passed. The patterns on Lisa's skin had spread and darkened, becoming more defined with each passing day. Her hair had fallen out, replaced by smooth skin with delicate ridges, similar to Kira's, though less pronounced. Her eyes had changed, too, the whites gradually darkening until they resembled Vosani eyes, though still with a hint of her original iris color. The physical changes were matched by mental ones. Lisa found she could communicate with Kira over increasing distances. Their mental connection growing stronger, clearer. She began to understand the Vosani language without conscious effort, the meanings flowing into her mind through the bond. They had moved back to Kira's dwelling, which Lisa now thought of as home. The structure had changed subtly, growing new rooms adapting to accommodate both of them. The living building responding to their needs, their preferences. Lisa sat in the garden behind their home, practicing mental exercises Kira had taught her. She reached out, with her mind feeling the energy flowing through the plants, the soil, the air itself. This awareness of life energy was the foundation of Vosani technology, their ability to shape living matter to form symbiotic relationships with their environment. Kira approached from behind, but Lisa sensed her coming, felt her presence before she heard her footsteps. "Your training went well today." Lisa opened her eyes and smiled. The bond allowed them to share surface thoughts, but not to read minds completely. There was still privacy, a separation of self within the connection. The Guardian Council was impressed. They should be. Kira sat beside her. "Your progress is remarkable, faster than any human before. I had a good teacher." Lisa leaned against Kira, feeling the now familiar comfort of her presence. "The Council wants me to join the next border patrol." "Yes. They believe your knowledge of human space could help identify pirate movements." Lisa had been sharing everything she knew about human patrol. Patterns, shipping routes, defense systems, all information that could help the Vosani protect themselves and, by extension, human settlements from pirate attacks. Did they mention the signal again? The one detected near the border? Kira nodded. Energy. Readings are increasing. The Hidden Masters test new weapons. We must learn more. The mysterious energy signature that Lisa's research ship had been investigating had continued to appear at irregular intervals. The Vosani believed it was connected to the Hidden Masters, the unknown power behind the pirates. What if we could track it to its source? Find these Hidden Masters. Too dangerous. The Council forbids direct engagement. Our numbers are few. Our world's precious. We defend. We do not attack. Lisa understood the Vosani perspective. Their civilization was ancient but small. Their population growth slow, deliberate. They could not risk open conflict with a potentially larger power. But if these Hidden Masters are developing weapons that could threaten both our peoples, this is why we patrol. This is why we share information. This is why your bond matters. Kira touched the patterns on Lisa's arm. You bring knowledge we lacked. Understanding of human ways. Lisa felt Kira's concern through the bond. The fear not for herself but for her people, for their future, for the fragile peace they had maintained for millennia. I received a message from Elder Talia today, Kira said, changing the subject. The hybrid child program, she's asked if we would consider. Lisa felt a flush of emotion. Part excitement, part apprehension, a child together. It is encouraged for bonded pairs, strengthens connections between our peoples, creates new possibilities. The geneticists believe our compatibility is high. The concept of having a child with Kira was still strange to Lisa, though their bond had created intimacy on many levels. Physical, emotional, mental, they had not yet explored the full potential of their relationship. The idea both thrilled and frightened her. How would it work biologically, I mean? Medical assistance, genetic blending, external gestation for first phase. Then mother carries, either of us could. The child would be truly both human and Vosani new being. Lisa thought about it, a child who could bridge two worlds, who might someday help bring their peoples together openly. I need time to think about it. This is a big decision. Kira sent feelings of patience, understanding through the bond. Of course, no hurry. We have many years together. The next day, they joined a patrol along the border between Vosani and human space. A small vessel that Lisa now knew was a living organism, bioengineered for space travel, carried them and 3 other Guardians. They traveled in stealth mode, undetectable by conventional sensors. From the ship, Lisa could see the stars differently, her enhanced vision allowing her to perceive spectrums beyond human range. The universe seemed more alive, more connected. The life energy Vosani could perceive extended even into space itself, faint but present. Energy signature detected. One of the Guardians announced, similar pattern, increasing intensity. On the viewing screen, Lisa saw it, a ripple in space, a distortion that seemed to bend. Light around it. The mysterious phenomenon they had been tracking. Location, Kira asked. Neutral territory between human outpost Gamora and Vosani monitoring station. Can we get closer? Lisa asked. I want to see if I can identify any human technology. Signatures. Kira hesitated, then nodded to the pilot. Approach minimum safe distance only. The living ship responded, moving closer to the anomaly. Lisa focused her enhanced senses, studying the energy patterns she had spent weeks learning to interpret. Vosani sensor data which perceived reality differently than human instruments. It's not human tech, she said finally. The energy signature doesn't match anything in my experience, but it's not Vosani either. Third civilization, Kira suggested, unknown to both our peoples, or the Hidden Masters. As they watched, the distortion grew larger. A shape began to emerge from within, a vessel unlike any Lisa had seen before. It seemed to phase in and out of reality, its structure defying conventional physics. Defensive, Measures. Kira ordered, "Prepare for emergency translation." The other vessel suddenly emitted a pulse of energy. The Vosani ship shuddered. Life support systems fluctuated. Lisa felt pain through her connection to the living vessel. It was being attacked. On a biological level, they detected us. The pilot said, "Impossible. Our stealth is perfect." Not against their technology. Lisa realized, they can see us. Another pulse hit them stronger. The ship's consciousness screamed in Lisa's mind. She could feel its pain, its fear, the bond connecting her to all Vosani life, making the ship suffering her own. "Emergency translation now," Kira commanded. The pilot pressed his hands against a living console. The ship responded, folding space around them, preparing to jump to safety. The enemy vessel fired again. This time a beam of coherent energy that sliced through their defenses. The living ship wailed in agony, parts of its body severed, translation failing. "Ship 2 damaged," the pilot reported. Kira turned to Lisa, her expression grim. "Emergency pods, prepare for separation." Lisa knew what this meant. The living ship would sacrifice itself to ensure their escape. Emergency pods were part of the ship's body designed to break away, carrying passengers to safety. They rushed to the pod chamber as a guardian. Kira was last to enter, ensuring the others were safe. Before she could join them, another attack hit. The ship lurched violently. Lisa felt Kira fall through their bond, felt her pain as debris struck. "Her Kira!" Lisa screamed both aloud and mentally. She fought her way back through the corridor, finding Kira trapped beneath a fallen section of the ship. The other guardians followed. Together they lifted the debris. Kira was injured badly. Dark blue. Blood pooled beneath her. Lisa could feel her pain through the bond, could feel her life energy wavering. "Get her to a pod," Lisa ordered. Quickly, they carried Kira to the nearest emergency pod. The ship's condition was deteriorating rapidly. The attack had damaged its core systems, its consciousness fading. The pod sealed around them organic membranes, forming protective shells. Lisa held Kira in her arms, feeling her life force through the bond, pouring her own energy into her, trying to stabilize. "Stay with me," she pleaded. "Hold on." The pods ejected from the dying ship, shooting away in different directions. Lisa felt the ship die, its consciousness extinguished, its sacrifice allowing them to escape through the translucent membrane of the pod. Lisa saw the enemy vessel growing distant. It did not pursue, seemingly satisfied with destroying the Vosani ship, or perhaps unable to track the small biological pods. Kira stirred in her arms. The others, safe. They got away. We all did, thanks to the ship. The enemy. Did you see? Yes, I saw them. Their technology is beyond anything I've encountered. Lisa checked Kira's injuries. The pod was secreting healing fluids, but the wounds were severe. "Save your strength. The pod will take us home," Kira reached up, touching the patterns on Lisa's face, patterns that now nearly matched her own. "You are truly Vosani now. You feel the ship die. You share our pain." "I felt everything," Lisa admitted. "The ship, its fear, its sacrifice. I never understood before how deeply connected you all are. This is why we hide. This is why we fear discovery." Kira coughed, blue blood staining her lips. "The hidden masters would destroy us, take our world, take our knowledge. We won't let that happen," Lisa promised. "We'll find a way to stop them." The pod traveled through space using minimal energy to avoid detection. Its biological systems focused on keeping them alive, healing Kira's injuries. Lisa maintained their mental connection, strengthening Kira with her own life energy, a technique she had only recently learned. The emergency pod was detected by a Vosani patrol vessel 3 days later. By then, Kira had stabilized, though she remained weak. The patrol brought them directly to Valoran, where Kira was taken to a healing center. Lisa refused to leave her side, the bond between them allowing her to support Kira's recovery, sharing strength, accelerating the healing process. The Vosani healers were amazed at the depth of their connection, at Lisa's ability to channel life energy. Your bond is exceptional, the head healer told Lisa. Stronger than any human Vasani pairing we have seen. Most humans require years to achieve such connection. Is it because of the danger we faced? Lisa asked. The shared trauma. Perhaps, or perhaps you were always meant to be Vasani. Your body, your mind accepts the changes, embraces them. The council summoned Lisa while Kira recovered. She stood before them alone for the first time since the bonding ceremony. Her appearance now so changed that few would recognize her as human. The patterns covered most of her body, flowing, intricate, telling the story of her transformation. Her eyes fully black with just a hint of their original color visible in certain light. You have seen them, Elder Talia said. The hidden masters, the shadow that threatens us all. I saw their vessel. Lisa confirmed. Their technology is beyond anything I've encountered. It seemed to fold space itself to appear and disappear at will. The recordings from the ship memory were recovered. Another counselor said, We have studied the energy signatures, the weapon signatures. They match nothing in our archives, and our records span 10,000 years. We must prepare defenses, Lisa urged. Both Vasani and human worlds are at risk. These beings, whoever they are, have technology that could overwhelm either of us. The council members exchanged glances. You propose alliance with humans. Yes, a sharing of knowledge, technology, resources. The hidden masters attacked a Vasani vessel today, but the pirates they control have attacked human ships for years. They are testing us, studying our responses, preparing for something bigger. Humans fear difference, Elder Talia said. They would see us as threat. Some would, yes, Lisa admitted, thinking of Earth's history of xenophobia, of the military protocols for first contact. But others would recognize the greater danger, would see the need for cooperation. You suggest revealing ourselves after millennia of secrecy. Not to all humans. Not yet. But to select representatives, those who could understand. Those who could prepare humanity gradually for the truth. The council deliberated, speaking in rapid Vasani that even Lisa, with her enhanced understanding, could barely follow. Finally, Elder Talia addressed her again. Your bond with Guardian Kira gives you unique perspective. You know both worlds. You can speak for both peoples. We will consider your proposal. When Lisa returned to the healing center, she found Kira awake, sitting up, her injuries visibly improved. The advanced Vasani medical techniques accelerating healing beyond anything possible in human medicine. The council. Kira asked immediately, sensing Lisa's thoughts through their bond. They are considering my proposal for limited contact with human representatives to prepare for the threat of the hidden masters. Kira reached for her hand, their fingers intertwining. This would change everything. Our isolation has protected us for millennia. Isolation may no longer be an option. Lisa sat beside her. The enemy vessel found us despite our stealth technology. They have been watching us both. Our peoples separately are vulnerable. Together we might stand a chance. And you? Would you be the bridge between worlds? Lisa touched the patterns on her skin, now nearly identical to Kira's. Look at me. I am neither fully human nor fully Vasani. I am both. I understand both. I can speak for both. It would be dangerous. Humans might reject you, fear you. Some Vasani too might resist change. Then we must show them a reason to overcome fear. Show them what is possible when differences become strength. Lisa hesitated. Like the child program. The hybrid children. A new generation that belongs to both worlds. Kira looked at her, surprise flowing through their bond. You have decided. I have. I want a child with you. A child who will know both worlds, who will help build bridges between our peoples. Joy radiated from Kira, warming Lisa through their connection. The geneticists will be pleased. They have waited for suitable candidates. The program has been limited. Few volunteers. How soon could we begin? When healing is complete. When strength returns. Several weeks, perhaps. Lisa leaned forward, resting her forehead against Kira's a gesture of intimacy among the Vosani. Then we have time to prepare. In the following weeks, as Kira recovered, Lisa worked with the council developing her proposal for limited contact with human representatives. She identified potential candidates. Scientists, diplomats, those with open minds who might accept the existence of the Vosani without fear. The council was cautious, insisting on gradual, carefully managed revelation. But they recognized the threat posed by the hidden masters. The attack on the patrol vessel had proven their technological superiority. The need for alliance was becoming clear. Lisa also worked with the hybrid child program geneticists, learning about the process. The medical techniques that would allow two females, one human, one Vosani, to produce a child together. The genetic blending that would create a being of both worlds. The child will have characteristics of both species, the head geneticist explained. Vosani empathic abilities, human adaptability, longer lifespan than humans, patterns like Vosani but less pronounced. The exact balance is unpredictable. Each hybrid is unique. And developmentally, Lisa asked, how will they grow? Gestation 8 months. External for first 2 months. Then carrier completes. Internal development is possible for you. Your body has changed enough, but risks remain your choice. Lisa considered her options. She was still transforming, still becoming more Vosani with each passing day. But the process was incomplete. Her body, still adapting. I want to carry the child, she decided, to experience this fully, to understand what it means to be both human and Vosani. The geneticist nodded. We will monitor closely, adjust as needed. Your bond with Guardian Kira will help stabilize. The process shares strength. When Kira had fully recovered, the council made their decision. They would allow limited contact with selected humans. A small delegation would be permitted to visit Valoran under strict conditions. Those chosen would be monitored, evaluated. Their reactions determining how quickly the revelation would proceed. You will lead this process, Elder Talia told Lisa. You will select the humans. You will prepare them. You will be their guide. And if they react poorly, if they prove unworthy of trust, memory alteration remains an option. But we hope your judgment will prevent this necessity. Lisa felt the weight of responsibility. Both her people's futures would depend on her choices, on her ability to build understanding between worlds so different yet facing a common threat. She returned to Kira's dwelling that evening to find her bond partner in the garden. The air was filled with floating lights, small luminescent organisms that drifted on the breeze. Kira stood, among them, her patterns glowing softly in the twilight. She had fully recovered her strength, returned her presence in their bond, strong and steady. The council has agreed, Lisa said, joining her. Limited contact with human representatives, I will lead the process. Kira turned to her, smiling. You have achieved what no other has a chance for our peoples to know each other, to stand together against the hidden masters. It's only a beginning, a small step. All journeys begin with small steps. Kira reached out, touching the patterns on Lisa's face. These tell a story now, a full story. Your journey from human to Vosani, your crossing between worlds. Lisa looked up at the night sky where stars were becoming visible. I wonder sometimes what my old colleagues would think if they could see me now. Would they even recognize me? They would see your eyes. They would hear your voice. They would know you. Though changed, still, Lisa. A different Lisa. A better Lisa, I think. She turned back to Kira. The geneticists say we can begin the child process whenever we're ready. They have completed the preliminary work. Kira sent feelings of joy, anticipation through their bond. Then let us begin a new chapter, a new story written in the patterns of our child. That night, as they prepared for sleep, Lisa felt complete in a way she never had before. Her transformation was not yet finished physically. Her patterns would continue to develop, her abilities to grow. But inside, where it mattered most, She had found her place between worlds, part of both, belonging to both. The life bond that had once seemed like a sentence, a forced choice, had become her greatest gift. It had given her Kira, had given her a new world. New purpose had revealed possibilities she could never have imagined, and soon they would have a child. A being that embodied the potential of cooperation between their peoples, a living bridge between Earth and Kalidra. As she drifted to sleep beside Kira, their minds gently touching through the bond, Lisa thought of the strange path that had brought her here. A pirate attack, a crash on an unknown world, a choice that had seemed like surrender but had actually been liberation. Whatever the hidden masters planned, whatever threats lay ahead, they would face them together, not as human and Vosani, but as something new, something stronger. And in that strength, in that unity between differences, lay the hope for both their worlds.